Hey Heather, how are you?
I'm good, Liza. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really glad this year is almost over, aren't you?
Oh, this year, I have never been so happy to see a year in the rear view. But I'm really glad that we're going to do one video more this year because this one just seemed to have Liza Donnelly written all over it. It is
I
high
love
level
it.
affairs, it is poignant humanity, and it is a fairy tale. And I cannot wait to see what you do with it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a really great story, Heather. I'm glad you found it, and it is down my alley. And her fairy tales and politics and humanity. We need humanity right now.
Let's give it a shot. On December 24th, 2025, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, will celebrate 70 years of tracking Santa's sleigh. According to legend, the tradition of tracking Santa's sleigh began in November 1955 when a child trying to reach Santa on a telephone hotline, advertised by a Sears Roebuck and Company store in Colorado, transposed two numbers. Rather than reaching Santa, Colonel Henry Shoup of Continental Air Defense Command, known as CONAD, located in Colorado Springs, picked up the phone. Shoup was brusque when a small voice asked if he was Santa, but he later recognized that interest in Santa could be an opportunity to call public attention to the air defense system that would shield the U.S. if Soviet bombers were to reach the country from over the North Pole. After World War II, many Americans were hoping to turn away from world affairs, but U.S. and Canadian leaders worried that North America was vulnerable to an attack from the USSR over the polar region. That wasn't on many Americans' radar screens. A few weeks after the young child's call, Shoup told his public relations officer to inform the news wire services that CONAD was tracking Santa's sleigh as it traveled from his home at the North Pole. Reporters loved the story, and the following year they called to see if the trackers would be operational again. In 1957, Canada and the U.S. formed the North American Air Defense Command, or NORAD. By charting Santa's ride, the agency illustrated the military's mission to protect the citizens of the continent by tracking an object traveling from the North Pole, over the Arctic Ocean, to Canada, and beyond. By Christmas Eve 1960, NORAD was posting updates and tracking the flight of S-Claus. It reported that the sleigh had made an emergency landing on the ice of Hudson Bay. When Canadian fighter jets stopped by to check on the incident, they found Santa tending to a reindeer's injured foot. Once the animal was bandaged, the jets escorted Santa's sleigh as he completed his annual flight. Since then, fighter jets have frequently intercepted the sleigh to salute Santa, who reins in his team to let the slower jets catch up. Over time, NORAD became the North American Aerospace Defense Command, and its mission expanded to include collecting information about the Earth's atmosphere, coastal waters, and intelligence. It is still key to U.S. and Canadian defense. And what began in 1955 as a way to familiarize war-weary Americans with Cold War-era defense systems has become an operation in which more than 1,000 Canadian and American military personnel, Defense Department civilian workers, and local participants near Colorado Springs, where NORAD is headquartered, volunteer to answer the more than 100,000 phone calls that come from children around the world on Christmas Eve. It is a testament to the long-standing U.S.-Canadian friendship. For one night a year, the hard-edged world of international alliances, intelligence, radar satellites, and jet fighters turns into a night for adults to create a magical world for children.